I've got one more. I had a dream a year or two ago where at the end of the dream I died in not such a great way. And as I was dying, I woke up in real life in my bed. And when I woke up, I sort of slowly opened and closed my eyes to check if I was back in reality. And I'd never felt in my entire life better than when I woke up from that dream. And I was so deep, like a big, heavy piece of jelly in my bed. And I felt myself going deeper and deeper into this feeling, but I'd stopped myself because I didn't know where it was going and I was a little bit scared of it. But I felt so good, and it lasted for about half an hour, and I was curious what that might have been, because I've never been like that ever.
First of all, we want to explain to you that in the same way that what you think and what you feel and what manifests always vibrationally match. In other words, you create your reality. You also create your dreamscape. So your dreams are not happening to you. You are realizing them, which means you find a vibrational place that allows them. Now, let's take advantage of this just for a little bit, because this is another new place that we have not been before. Speaking in terms of your grid filling in, you're getting the sense of that, aren't you? So your grid fills in your dreams too. So what you believe fills in, not the reality as known from your broader perspective. Your dreams are symbolic or representative of the beliefs that you hold, of the patterns of thought that you've been offering. So most people have, as our friend said earlier, a recognition that you're not going to be in this physical body forever, and in most cases a reluctance about not being there. In fact, the better you feel and the more you are enjoying life, the more you sort of resist the idea of not continuing that. So that dream that you had was a perception of something that is not real. It was a perception of endedness. It was a perception of not getting to finish out who you are and what you are wanting. It was, let us just say, a distortion of what's really your knowing. But nevertheless, it was something that's active in your vibration, and when you dreamed it, when you realized it in your dreamscape, it amplified the offness of it. Now, let's back up. We really want you to get this. You know how when you've got a vibration going and you don't realize it until it manifests. And then when it manifests, especially if it's something that you don't want, then after the fact, it's not that difficult to go back and say, well, I see how this, now it's manifested, feels like this and this and this. And I recognize that I've been having those feelings about a lot of things. So this manifestation is not really a surprise, because if I'm paying attention to the way I feel, I sort of saw it coming. So after it's manifested, it's more difficult for you now to offer a vibration that's different from it, because the manifestation is the momentum of the vibration that you had going on. Are you following that? You had the vibration going on. Now it's manifested. You really have the vibration going on. In other words, there's more momentum after the manifestation than there was before. Logical, isn't it? Because now you're looking at it and offering more vibration about it. In other words, it's easier to keep something going after it's manifested than it is to get something going before it's manifested, if you are like most humans who are offering your vibration mostly upon what you are observing. Stay with us. Feels a little muddy right now, but it's about to start clearing up. So in the same way that the manifestation is evidence of what you've been doing vibrationally, the dream is evidence too. The dream is evidence about what you've been doing vibrationally. But it is so much easier to shift the vibration of your grid from a dream than it is from reality. In other words, if you dream you break your leg, it's easier to shift out of it than if you break your leg and you're hobbling around in a wheelchair or on crutches for a while. You see what we're getting at? So a dream is a wonderful acknowledgement of what you've got going on vibrationally. It's not a surprise to us at all that when you realized it was a dream about something that you don't want, and you realized that it was not something that had happened, that you felt relief from it. But you didn't feel relief from it because death is a bad thing. You felt relief from it because of your perspective of what you think death is.
I wasn't worried about dying in the dream. It didn't seem to be a problem. It was just when I woke up, I felt so good. And that's what I was curious.
Well, it's that
as to.
contrast. It's that contrast. In other words, your dream was amplification, that you still have places to go, people to see, things to do. You still are viable in this experience. You're still attracting. You're still sifting through the contrast. This is the framework in which you want to create. And the comparison of the way you felt really was an indicator of how you feel in this physical experience. Something more?
No. Thank you.
Yeah. You create your own reality. You're a vibrational beings. Are you?